Miss Mary here from the HHS Teen Center, and today we're going to do something a little different. We're doing kitchen science with strawberry DNA extraction. The materials for this activity are commonly found in kitchens. You're going to need a couple of strawberries, either frozen or fresh, dish soap or shampoo, water, some measuring spoons and measuring cup, salt, a coffee filter, and a couple of clear containers. One additional item that you'll need that's not pictured here is rubbing alcohol. If you have that at 91% solution or higher, it's going to work best, and it'll also work best chilled. So I've got that chilling in the freezer. I'm pulling from the materials that I have currently in my home, so I don't have alcohol at the 91% or more. I've got 50%. So in our experiment today, we'll be testing out, will it work? Let's make our DNA extraction liquid. So in a jar, preferably one that you have a lid for, it'd be helpful to be able to shake that up a little bit later. You're going to add a half a cup of water. And then we want 2 teaspoons of soap. So dish soap works really well, or actually shampoo will work well too if you don't have spare dish soap for this. And then lastly, a teaspoon of salt. And stir it up and give it a good shake to make sure that that salt dissolves. I have just some sliced berries. So I'm gonna pick what I think is about 2 strawberries worth. Either fresh or frozen will work great. You've got those in your sealable black bag. Be sure to give that a good seal. And the next step, pretty fun, squish them up. We're gonna briefly slip into slow-mo mode for some science explanations. You squish up the strawberries to get to all the little cells inside of them. And inside of all of those cells is the strawberry's DNA. DNA is inside of every single cell of every single living organism, including us. DNA is like the instruction manual telling every living organism how to grow and be what it needs to be. You want like a really smooth strawberry slurry mixture. We have our strawberries really nice and squished up. So now it's time to add our strawberry DNA extraction fluid. So I'm just going to get 2 non-bubbly, hopefully, teaspoons of that added into here. Excellent. And then you want to reseal your bag. And this time we're not going to be smashing, but pretty gently. We just want to squeeze to make sure that that liquid gets nicely incorporated with our strawberry slurry mixture. Back to slow-mo mode for some more science. And we add the extraction liquid because every ingredient inside of it has a special job. The soap helps us break into the protective outer membrane around the cell. Kind of like how you might see it break down grease on your dishes. And the salt will help aggregate or collect together all of those tiny little individual strings of DNA. Our strawberry is nice and incorporated with our extraction liquid, and now our goal is to get just the juice out of here. So to do that, we're going to strain it through a coffee filter that we will just put right on top of our next cup. So as you can see here, I do have the coffee filter lining, but not touching the bottom of the jar. So you want to make sure there is some space there. And now, just pour your strawberry mixture into the coffee filter. Open up the jar here so you can see that we've got a really slow drip happening. This will take some time, so be patient, give it a few minutes to work, and then we'll check back in on it. A few minutes have passed and we're starting to collect more of that strawberry liquid, but now I'm going to show you a little trick on how to speed the process along. So you're going to want to work really carefully here because coffee filters are pretty fragile. And what we don't want to do is to accidentally make a hole in our coffee filter causing solid pieces of strawberry to come out. But as you can see, I've just grabbed the top and I'm giving it a really gentle twist. And then we can really gently squeeze our coffee filter to speed along this process of getting just our juice out. We've got a good amount of strawberry collected in our cup. The rubbing alcohol that we placed in the freezer at the start of our activity is now ready to be used. You can pull it out a little early and leave it in a bath of ice cubes to keep it chilled. What you're going to do now is gently pour it down the side of your jar into your strawberry mixture. We want about 50% strawberry mixture and 50% rubbing alcohol. You can just eyeball here. Like the ingredients we used earlier, the rubbing alcohol has a special job too. The alcohol layer will sit on top of the strawberry layer and it will precipitate or pull up the DNA from out of the mixture up into the layer of alcohol. This will take a few minutes, so we'll speed through the process. Observing our strawberry mixture, do you notice some film on top? This white film-looking substance might appear to be bubbles from our soap solution, but it's actually the DNA. In this image here, you can see that you can use a small stick or a fork even to swirl around the DNA and pull it out. You can actually touch it and play with it and explore it. In our activity today, it didn't turn out quite as strong. Perhaps it was the percentage of alcohol we used, but we still at least got to see some DNA. Thank you for joining in this activity, and I hope you enjoyed learning and experimenting with this kitchen experiment. You can see even more activities from your Boys and Girls Club by checking us out on social media. See our information here.